This is Soundoff 60.
I want to make sure that the best team is the champion.
Yeah.
I want to play.
And that's key.
If that tournament comes up with this is the best team, I'm for that.
Southwest Louisiana's premier sports talk television show.
With me? Hey. Without me. All
That
right.
might be the dumbest argument we've ever had.
You
I
are
like the way he
most
does that.
idiotic imbecile if you thought that argument did not have merit.
Look.
It did not.
All right,
McCarran.
So you're talking about my LSU quarterback?
Yeah.
What you put
With me, without me.
Soundoff 60 is presented by Tarver Ford in Sulphur. Give us a chance to earn your business. And by Jack Daniel's Bar and Grill at Lauberge Casino Resort. Here are the boys, Rick, Scooter, and Kevin.
Welcome back to Jack Daniel's at Lauberge Casino. 60 minutes of Soundoff 60. Why they call it that name of the show. That's what we do here. All right. Guidry on the far end looking more and more like an Italian designer. Hobbs in the middle and Cerro here. Here we go.
This is due to my mom. This
That's
is how she
very
raised her
nice.
son.
You're putting
Mom,
us to shame
this is
with
what
the
I've
suit and
become,
tie.
Mom. Thank you so much. Kate, for being the mom.
Thanks, Mom, for that. Right off the bat.
That made me look bad.
I didn't. We need to up our ante, Hobbs.
I mean, this is the first day I've been able to wear short sleeves in about a month, so I was going to take
We
I
need to-
agree.
but still,
I
though, we
agree.
need to up the ante.
I
Somehow, some way. I got the sweater vest, okay? I got the
wish
Bobby
I'd
Knight
run
look.
into you Saturday here. I was in a tux Saturday.
What?
Yeah.
Wear it.
I
I
bet you
double
was
dare
looking
you. I
dapper.
double dare you.
I
Wear
bet
the,
you was
the
looking
black tie
dapper,
tie.
Mr. Hobbs.
Hey, before we go any farther, we got a
Rat Pack.
I know
We've got
that
a
you
lot to
were.
talk about. McNeese basketball coach Dave Simmons will be on the show later in the second half hour of
Yes.
the show. We got the Southland Conference tournament for the Cowboys and Cowgirls.
Right.
They're in. We got high school girls basketball that wrapped up at Coliseum,
And
and,
let
the
me-
Coliseum will host the boys this week.
Can
Go
I just
ahead, Mr.
comment
Gidry.
on the girls?
Finish.
I know,
Let
but
him
just a
fin- Let
minute.
him finish.
Yeah, I always try to set the table, and then you always want
You always
to
wanna-
come in there with a
whatever
knife
is
and
on your
fork.
mind right
But
now.
Knife
you
and
hit,
fork.
but
Knife
you
and
hit
fork.
what I was hot
Well,
on.
it will hold.
What you got?
Top
Gidry?
28 girls.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
Yes.
Great turnout. Really surprising, guys. What a turnout.
Well, you know.
Boys are going to start this week. They said it's going to be even more of a bigger turnout for the
Well,
boys
we'll
than it
see.
was for the girls. So
Can you save that? Can you save
No,
it?
he can't save it.
No,
He's gotta
it's
interrupt.
it's right there on the tip of his mind and tip of his lips. He's got
just
to
get
get it
so
out.
excited.
I
And
know.
I'm so passionate
I
about
know.
this.
Look, I
things.
came in here in a somewhat of a disagreeable mood. Okay.
Why would you say
So
that? That's
what
every
I'm-
week. That's
no,
not just today.
That's not every
That's
week.
every week.
You made me
It's
sound
not
like an
just
ogre.
today.
You made me sound like an ogre. I'm just saying.
No, more of a curmudgeon.
Curmudgeon? No, you're the curmudgeon. I can be an ogre. Walk the line, guys, or I'm going to come down hard today. Okay.
That's okay.
Walk the line.
That's okay.
Walk the
If you-
line.
That's okay.
Meaning
Like, don't interrupt.
no, well, that helps.
Well, I'll try and do better.
That
I
helps.
will do.
that or just agree with.
I'll
me.
do a better
Just say,
job.
Rick, I agree.
I'm not going to do
Rick,
that.
we're not worthy of your opinion.
Okay, Rick,
Yeah,
okay.
Try that
If
every
I
now
agree
and then.
with you,
Gotta be
this
something
show
dealing
goes
with the
off
Saints up there.
Yeah, something to that effect. All right, guys. The Saints making a ripple of national news, more statewide headlines with the releasing of Lance Moore, veteran receiver, and I don't think it came to fruition today, but
Yeah.
odds are they're looking for a deal for Darren Sproles, the veteran scat back returner. All right, let's lay it out because you got your
Rick?
conspiracy theories. You're going to have your opinions, and I'm going to give you mine. Let's go.
Okay.
Round the horn, as
Go
they
ahead,
say.
Mr. Hobbs.
You kick it off.
All right,
Take it off.
I'm trying to look at this non-emotionally, okay?
I am
Forget
too.
how popular those players are.
Popular is not the
I
word.
don't know.
Scooter.
I mean, you may know what I thought. I wrote about it
Yes,
Sunday.
you did.
Yeah.
You know, Pierre Thomas, okay, great guy. Hate to see him go.
Yeah.
Supposedly working a deal, and nothing's
Oh, yeah,
finalized.
okay,
Something
okay,
broke today.
Yeah. Who else? Who am I forgetting?
Lance Moore
Lance
and Darren
Moore.
Sproles.
Same way. You know, made his name on special teams.
Yeah.
Became a reliable receiver.
Yes.
Okay. But who's going to replace what Darren Sproles does between the lines?
Okay.
I mean, I would argue he's as important to that offense as Jimmy Graham is.
I disagree, but
Just,
continue.
Just with everything
I'm
he
gonna
does.
stay quiet till Hobbs is
You
done.
know, every game, not every game, but Jimmy Graham disappeared some games too.
Yes.
You know, but one or the other, I mean, you would come through during
Well, you
the
got a
game
Mutt and
for the
Jeff
most
situation. You
Yeah.
got this huge guy, and you got this little guy that is a different kind of weapon. Go ahead.
And I hope I'm not just because he's fun to watch.
No, he is fun to watch. Go ahead, Kevin.
Somebody will be very happy with Darren Sproles. Okay? Very happy. Let me tell you, you've got a guy, and listen to what I'm saying, that's a triple threat. Triple threat, Rick. He's a special teams player.
Right.
He's a receiver.
Right.
He's a running back.
Right.
Rick, and does it well on all three.
Right.
It's just not
And
one
I'll
that he
admit,
done.
he's not a classic running back. He's kind
No.
of a hybrid running back.
But Scooter,
You're looking all
between-
smug there.
between the lines, Rick, between the lines, you can't put a price on this guy's value to the Saints. And I'm serious. Rick,
Well, somebody
when
will
he
put
came,
a price
no,
on it,
that's
Kevin.
my point. That's
You
my
have
point.
to.
That's
That's
my
their
point.
jobs. They have
But
to
the
put a
thing is,
value.
Rick, when you've got a guy that has done that much for that team, you can tell when Sproles is not in the lineup. You can tell. You can tell.
I can't cite you the
He doesn't-
numbers.
wait.
His production has fallen off,
wait, but Rick-
as has Lance Moore.
But Rick, let me-
for various
Okay,
reasons.
well,
But go
Lance
ahead.
Moore, okay. But, I mean, Sproles
Lance
was
Moore,
hurt last
Sproles no. Lance Moore, I can see, but Sproles no. Let me tell you what this guy does, Rick. Rick, he poses so much of a threat to the defense. You can go to other people when he's in the game because they're keying on him. Third down, they're keying on him.
They better know where he is.
And Rick, when he's out the game, defenses can be much more efficient to what the Saints are going to do because they know he's not one of the threats that they've got to contend with.
Okay.
Take this man out of your equation, Rick. I think that's crazy.
Is
I
it my
think
turn?
it's crazy.
Is it my turn? Is it my turn? All right. You in particular are delusional.
Okay.
You're delusional to think that defenses are keying on Darren Sproles when he's in the game. You're delusional.
Serious?
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
Really?
You're delusional.
Are you?
You're delusional.
How many, wait,
You're
wait.
delusional.
I've got to interrupt
and-
you one time.
What?
Can you give me a percentage of the times that the Saints have gone to him on third down situations?
No, I can't give you that.
I think it's pretty high. I would think that it's pretty high.
I would pretty high is pretty high stretching it. Pretty high, depending on what the situation is. You're delusional, Hobbs, in that, okay, you think he's fun, okay, he can do this, he can do that. Both
By
of
the
you guys,
way, I don't think there's any reason to name call him here.
oh, okay, he calling you delusional?
Tell him, Scooter. Okay,
I
no
don't know,
need for
just
that.
kind of free flows.
No need for that, Scooter. Tell him.
Guys, look, you're smart enough to realize it comes a point
Rick, we
where you
know
have
that.
to retool. You have to get younger, and you have to look at the production. You also have to look at, and these are smart guys. Look, I'm not going gaga over Loomis and Peyton. They've made mistakes. They probably have made more good decisions and good moves than bad
I
moves.
would agree, particularly last year
I would-
where what you're talking about, they basically did on defense. They got a lot younger.
Yes.
Yeah, they did.
And you have to
At the
And it
cornerback
made
position, I'll say that.
Those popular guys on the defensive side expendable. And I
Yeah.
understood
But-
that.
Oh, you think I like,
And-
but
and
from a
they-
fan
and- but
perspective,
Rick-
I like Jonathan Vilma.
And Sean
it's time
Payton,
to go.
Sean
Rick-
Payton sat back for a year and watched that awful defense
Yeah.
from
Yes.
the year before.
And
It
he
was
knew
time for
going
And he
it was time
knew
for
what
Vilma to
had
go.
to be done.
Let me finish my point, Kevin. Let me finish
It was
my
time
point.
for Vilma to
You
go.
also have to realize what you have on the roster that can also fill that void.
Okay.
And I am convinced that a Kyrie Robinson can do what Darren Sproles
I'm not.
does out of the backfield.
I'm not
convinced yet
He's
in
not that
regards
type
to
of
the
back.
kick return.
He's not that
Oh, I
kind.
disagree.
He's
Oh, I
not that kind of
disagree.
back, Rick.
Oh, I
He's not
disagree.
that- Rick, this guy
He
has to-
can be that kind of back.
Well, but Rick, I don't know if he can fit into the system that quick and be that
But-
productive.
Oh, he
This is-
has.
this is
But
another
just
thing.
to play
But
the
this is another
devil's
thing.
advocate.
And he's young.
Just to play the devil's advocate here, and I'm not saying you're wrong. I mean, he was fairly impressive.
Yeah.
If you remember, though, he came in mostly in the fourth quarter against
I don't care.
beat-up defense.
Oh, I don't
Teams
care.
that were done. What do you mean
worn
beat
out
up? Pretty much that were
defenses.
done.
Well,
No,
worn out,
no, this is the
worn down
NFL.
defenses.
This is the NFL.
No.
This is the NFL. No,
I-
no.
Let me
My-
make
they substitute
and-
fresh
and-
legs.
And it does look like this is, round two. Last year, they redid everything on defense.
Yeah. And they needed to.
Personnel, thinking, the whole work.
And they're not doing that on
And then,
offense.
yeah,
They're not doing that on
well,
offense.
Rick, you've got some pretty big
The
name
whispers
guys.
are that this is all, that they want more of a power running game.
I don't. But
I mean,
no,
I think
Robert,
that limits.
still-
I
hold
think
on.
that limits you to what you can do. Can we come back to this after the break,
Hold on.
please? Can we
Oh.
come back?
Will you take your medication?
I'll take
Your medication, because both you guys.
But
are
I want to come
delusional
back
on
after
one.
this.
Okay.
I'm not done
Good.
with this topic.
All right. Good. Thank
Got
you
some
very
more to
much.
talk
We're up
about.
against the clock. We're going to go to the first break. When we come back, more on this, and I'm sure we'll get on some
I think it's
NFL free
unfair that you
agency.
cut us off when we want to make comments about what
Go
we
online.
feel passionate about
Go
when
online
we're
and
talking
see how
about
much
subjects
talent
like
is going to
this.
be out there on the market.
I think you're delusional
Younger
about
talent,
thinking that the
too.
Saints are going to be fine without
Back
those
in
guys.
2.5 minutes to Jack Daniels. Don't go far.
Soundoff 60 is brought to you by Tarver Ford in Sulphur. Give us a chance to earn your business. And by Jack Daniels Bar and Grill at Lauberge Casino Resort.
Behold the original light beer. The inventor of great taste and less filling. The one that dared to say maybe light beer should taste like beer. And for a limited time, Miller Lite is back in the original light can.
So what are we doing at Tarver Ford this month?
The lot's filling up with F-150s. I'm thinking we should do $12,000 off every one of them.
What about $13,000 off? That'll really get their attention.
That's it. $13,000 off of MSRP on every new 2013 F-150 in stock.
What about all of our new cars and SUVs?
Let's do everything. We got the largest inventory we've ever had. Let's put it all on sale. The only problem is I don't know how we're going to fit that all in one ad.
Man, I think you just did.
Come see us at Tarver Ford in Sulphur for the Everything's on Sale sale.
Dr. Cassio's my choice.
Dr. Cassio is my choice.
Dr. Brett Cassio is fellowship trained and board certified in both orthopedics and sports medicine. He has the tools, techniques, and experience to get athletes back on the field of play. Call 337-494-4900.
Dr. Brent Cassio is the official sports medicine physician of Soundoff 60.
This is it. The big bang of light beers. The one that started it all. 96 of the hardest working calories in the business. And for a limited time, Miller Lite is back in the original light can.
All right, welcome back to Jack Daniels. Want to remind the folks, March 29th, key date to put in your phone. That would be one of these smartphone deals. Put it on your calendar. Lauberge Casino giving away $175,000 Porsche.
And if you look,
it's in the lobby.
Right.
It's in the lobby near Embers. You got to take a look at this car. You got to get involved. You got to get registered.
Well, let me tell you what we did. So many people was actually going over the little barrier we had there to look at the vehicle.
Yeah.
We raised it up.
Oh, did you raise the car?
We raised the car up. So you don't have to worry about going over anymore.
Build a moat.
It's that
and
noticeable.
put some of those alligators that you got on contraband by you. Just let them swim. That'd be a nice little deal.
Remember they had like that $300,000 car there that time, and we were over there looking at it.
What was that, a Maserati?
And then you and I said something about, let's get in there and we'll be waving. And one of your bosses says, I don't think that'd be a good idea.
Not a good idea. Anyway, March 29th.
No, not at all, Scooter.
Get your points. Get registered down here at Lauberge Casino for the big car giveaway. It's a Porsche, and it's nice indeed.
It is a nice vehicle.
Again,
can we, before we
guys,
go on?
look at the roster.
Okay, good.
This week, do me a favor. Just poke around to see how much NFL talent is going to be available in free agency.
Oh, it's going to be. But Rick,
Sproles, I'm not saying Sproles is over the hill. It's time for this team to get younger. His production he is unique. He is unique, okay? And I'm not saying you just throw him out with the bathwater. I'm not saying that.
Look.
Okay, and he'll get picked up.
Rick.
But it's time, and I disagree with you. Look, Sean Payton believes in a power running game already. Look at his ratio. Look at his ratio of run the passes when he can do that.
They're not going to waste Drew Brees. I understand that.
Okay.
But it just seems to me the more throwing options Brees has, the more spread out you are. I mean, he ain't going to be there forever. You better take advantage of it.
I agree.
Yeah.
You won't see another one like him.
And this is part of it. I really do think that. And I love Lance Moore.
And
I love Lance Moore.
Lance Moore.
Well, let me throw this out before you go any further. I hate to interrupt you, Kevin. All right? But I got to get this in.
Okay.
Who's sitting out there an hour and a half up the road to the north? Okay? Can Odell Beckham fall in their lap? And can he do what Darren Sproles can do and even better?
No doubt. He had a good
Jarvis
combine time.
Landry, if they get even one of the two. But Jarvis Landry is a possession receiver for Lance Moore.
But Lance
Odell Beckham can't do what Darren Sproles.
Rick, let me say, come on now, you're not going
to
talk about my LSU guy. I'm not going to do that. Now that's what you're trying to get to.
He can
It's not happening. Look, this is my situation.
Not out
Rick.
of the backfield. No, not out of the backfield.
What I think that you're missing, Rick, in all of this, Rick, is that the talent, it may be out there, but Rick, when you look at the efficiency of what a Sproles does on punt return, You don't have to grab your finger and say, oh, please let him catch it. He's efficient on that. You know he's going to make a proper call on that and catch. Rick, that can sometimes determine a ball game.
I understand that.
If you don't have the right guy back there doing that, Rick.
He's a veteran guy.
Well, if you don't have somebody back there that can catch it, you're in worse shape than.
You're right, Scooter. But the thing that he brings to the table is so many other things that he can do, Rick, that most guys, you just put in those positions just to be a safe player. When in the last few years that you've known the Saints to have a punt return that was exciting as him? I bet you can't name me a guy.
Exciting as who?
Sproles. I bet you can't name me a guy.
Reggie Bush.
Okay, how long ago was that?
But I mean, that's my point.
Sproles
Sproles replaced Bush, basically.
Yeah.
You're not
and
seeing
was
my
everything Bush was supposed to be.
You're exactly right,
For a
Scooter.
lot less money.
You're
too,
exactly
I
right.
might add.
Yes.
You're exactly
All
right.
And what do you think their thinking is? Why? I mean, what? I gave you my theory. Give me your theory.
I could understand, like I said, the first two I could understand. Maybe they
I can too.
tweak what they do
I
a
can.
little bit.
But not a
this
Sproles,
looks
man.
like
He's
a massive overhaul.
Yeah.
Now you brought up Pierre Thomas. I'm a huge Pierre Thomas guy.
Everybody is. We like Pierre.
Huge, okay? A trade of Pierre Thomas, I would take a hard look at what they're going to get in return because I love Pierre Thomas between the tackles, within the 5, in the screenplay, and out in the backfield on flare routes. I'm a big, and he's only 28, 29 years old.
You know, he's kind of a third down back.
Yes, he is.
To a degree.
But can be used more,
But so
in my
is
opinion.
Sproles, I guess.
Yes.
You know.
Yes.
But
the X factor in all of this is Mark Ingram.
Of course. How does he get a free
continues
pass?
to just.
What pictures does he have?
Look,
of the run off.
we've said that
he
it's
had
the
some
money. It's the
production
money.
last year.
Well, it's the money too. I mean, he's
making coin.
Yeah, I know he is.
He's making coin.
I know he is. But it's just I don't know. Maybe the Saints got it all figured out and it's all going to work out just great. But when you take a Sproles out of the equation, I'm saying, who are you going to plug back into that to make it work?
You keep harping on Sproles. Let's quickly move to the Lance Moore. Remember Kenny Stills.
Lance
more of an outside threat. I'm
not a big Lance Moore fan. Anyway. I'm not a big Lance Moore fan.
They had the real speed demon that got hurt.
Yep. Joe Morgan.
Yeah. So I mean, they count on those guys.
Yeah, you got to. Hopefully that will come back with some dividends. And there are a lot of receivers out there. Okay, a lot of receivers.
They are.
You've followed him for 4 years. Jarvis Landry. I can't imagine this guy not going in the first round. What am I missing?
But the thing,
what am I missing?
Just because there's so many receivers.
It's a lot of receivers. It's a year of receivers. It's a lot of receivers.
Yes.
I mean, a lot of years.
He's good.
A lot of years they'd be talking Jarvis Landry, obviously, in the first round.
Yeah.
I agree with you. And I love you. You're right.
He's a great kid.
I mean, you talk about somebody making tough catches.
Yeah.
I mean,
big
physical receiver.
Maybe his bad time at the combine drops him down.
I don't care.
The Saints can take a third.
I don't care about the time. I don't care about the time.
I mean, the guy catches balls.
Yeah,
he does.
He does. High character
in crowds.
Very high. As high as he
in
comes.
crowds. In crowds. He catches him in crowds.
I'm sold.
That's a big.
What league did he play in, Kevin?
I don't.
What league?
What league?
Yeah.
Who?
Jarvis Landry. Stay with me. The SEC.
Yes.
Mini NFL.
I wouldn't have thought you'd have needed that many hints.
No. I'm sold. He just caught me off guard because I'm still trying to figure out what's his plan on the Saints as to how they're going to retool and be as productive this year as the year before. That's what's on my mind. I can't let it go. That's all.
I know you can't let it go.
I guess we'll figure it out.
I think their number one priority be it draft or free agency. I would say preferably free agency. I don't know what's out there.
Yeah, we're gonna find out.
Left tackle.
Yeah, it's a lot.
They've got to find.
They need some depth. They need some offensive line help.
Left tackle should be a person that sleeps with Breeze or either lives next door to him. Okay.
Yeah. Well, they still.
That's your bread and butter. That's your bread and butter, okay?
The line fell off when they lost Bushrod to the Chicago Bears. Okay, that's going to happen, guys. You're not going to keep everybody. I think they will. I think they will upgrade the offensive line, and I think they'll do it through the draft. And look, Armstead. Okay, that was a huge gamble late in the year. Did it pay off? The rookie from Arkansas Pine Bluff?
Would you?
I don't know.
Would you trust?
I think maybe it did.
Would you trust
Charles Brown is still there, but
question right quick, Scooter. Would you trust a rookie coming in at left tackle, or would you go into the free agency and take a tackle?
Well, that's what I'm saying. I think preferably
You have to go as a free agent.
That's a tough position
Yeah,
to play.
it's a tough position.
It is, but they got
You can't go into
Brown
the draft
and they
get
got
that, Rick.
Armstead. We have to think that they're believers in those two guys.
Okay.
All right. Okay. Up against the clock. All right. The McNeese Cowboys will start spring football next week. LSU started over the weekend. We'll get into that later on in the show. Also, Matt Viator, Cowboys head football coach, will be here Monday the 17th, to talk and preview the Cowboys in spring. It's like one season.
It's already. It's here. It's done.
Season,
It's already back in.
Off-season recruiting and spring. It's like 5 football seasons all in a row. We're back in about 2 minutes. Stay ready.
Yeah.
Soundoff 60 is presented by Jack Daniel's Bar and Grill at Lauberge Casino Resort and by Tarver Ford, Begless Parkway in Sulphur.
Get your free American Press app today. It's all at your fingertips. News, sports, advertising, entertainment, and video delivered through your Apple or Android mobile device. Capture the informative power of the American Press, Southwest Louisiana's premier source for news and advertising. Get your American Press app today. Download it for free through your iTunes or App Store. You'll love the look and feel of our newest digital offering. The app flawlessly delivers the local news most important to you in a new, striking layout. Get your American Press app today.
Choosing your doctors and healthcare professionals is an important and personal decision, and one that you should feel totally comfortable with. Hello, I'm Dr. Trisa Guidry, and I'd like to welcome you to our clinic, where your health and well-being is our top priority. I'm a board-certified OBGYN and a graduate of LSU. My dedicated staff and I would like to invite you to call for a consultation and appointment. You will experience the trust, comfort, and medical treatment you deserve. We are Dr. Trisa Guidry.
Do not forget, here at Jack Daniel's, ladies' night is Thursday night. Tuesday nights, it's karaoke night. Great food, great entertainment, great music, all right here at Jack Daniel's. We're here Mondays. You can always come down on Mondays and watch the production of the show.
Love to have
I know we get a little rambunctious. We try to keep it somewhat under control.
We're pretty
when
professional.
These two knuckleheads are on their medication, everything runs usually pretty smooth.
Yeah.
Let's stick on football, guys. NFL Pro Day is going to be from now until probably, mid-April.
Yeah.
All the different major schools. Well, even McNeese has NFL Pro Day.
Everybody has it.
Everybody has them. I think, again, the Manziel, Jadeveon Clowney thing, because Clowney didn't do those drills, they're going to get a lot of attention. But it's Johnny Manziel. He did not throw at the combine.
Let me say this, Rick.
And boy, have you guys been watching the NFL coverage.
Yeah.
This Central Florida quarterback.
Yeah.
He's
Royals.
Yeah.
What's the first name again? Is
I
it
can't
Clint,
think of it. I know
Kurt,
who you're talking
or
about.
something
Though.
like
He's different. He's surprising.
Big old athletic guy.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah.
Where did he come from? He just popped up on someone's like on the national scene.
I remember him watching him in whatever bowl game
I didn't remember seeing him in anything.
He is.
Yeah, he is impressive.
He is.
But
assume
Rick,
he got high IQ for football. Go ahead.
You had mentioned something about some of these guys being seen because they didn't go through some of the drills at the combine.
Right.
And you mentioned Manziel. Do you honestly think...
I don't think Manziel threw. I don't think
he did.
I think he ran.
But let me
He
ask
did
you this.
some things. But
Do you honestly think
He ran
that...
because I remember his 40 time was
right.
the same as Clown.
That's right.
Yeah.
He did run.
Yeah.
He did.
Do you honestly think that there is a pro scout out there that needs to look at Clowney? Serious? Really, Rick? Serious?
They probably want to talk to him more.
Maybe so, Scooter. But I don't think, performing-wise, that's a wrap, Rick. What he didn't do at the combine, oh well.
Clowney's going to be one of the top.
Oh well.
At worst, 5 picks.
Why?
At least, Scooter.
See if you give me the right answer.
At least.
What?
Give me the right answer. Why?
What do you mean, why?
Why?
Are you
Because he's
serious?
off the charts.
Are you serious? Why?
Physically.
Come on now, Rick. You playing, right?
No, I'm not playing. I want to hear the right
picks
answer.
before that have been busts, so I mean, he could be.
Rick.
I still think the wild
give you
card
one.
in this draft is just like it was when Tim Tebow was sitting there. When does Johnny Football go?
Yeah.
Who pulls the trigger?
Look,
But he's less of a risk than Tim Tebow. He's less of a
probably
When
throws
you-
better. You're right.
When you look for the right word
He's
for
also
Clowney,
not as big.
yeah, he's not as big. You're right, Scooter. When you look for the correct word for Clowney, you said, "Give me the right word, game changer." I'll rest at that.
And why is he a game changer? Y'all missed the point I was looking for. Because in the NFL, you got to pressure the quarterback from the edges, and that's what he can do.
Okay.
And also, I assume he can stop the run. I didn't follow South Carolina football.
He's just
talking about production drop-off, huge production
said-
drop-off this year versus
Well,
his
he
early.
should have never knocked that helmet off. That
Probably
game.
not. No, you're right.
Because
how can he live up to that hit?
You saw that play.
That was unreal.
Oh,
You saw that play every day from New
Yeah.
Year's Day to the start of the season this year.
Yeah.
And I think everybody watched that and assumed that happened every game.
Yeah.
No, it doesn't.
You know?
No.
Yeah.
No, it doesn't.
The impressive thing is he also recovered the fumble too.
Yeah.
But,
Yeah, he did.
But,
That was
but
crazy.
again, that was a unique play, and yes, it was a great play. But you're right on that. He was early on. I did watch South Carolina early because I really had him penciled in as a dark horse. All right, nationally, okay. But he was sick. I think he had the flu, and he just couldn't, So you're right, Kevin. I think they know what he can do.
Yeah.
I think Hobbs is on to something. Let's talk to him a little bit. He
Yeah.
had
And you're right.
2 or
And
3
you're right.
speeding tickets.
And you're right. Yeah.
Well, I don't
You
care.
know,
I
I
don't
don't-
think they care about speed tickets. I think they want to figure out and make sure that he was sick. It was
Right.
an
That's
right.
abnormally,
Right.
or he was protecting himself. That his work ethic will
Work
be okay.
ethic, and is he committed, and will he work every day? Because I don't care how
but
good
guys-
he is, he's going to have to in the NFL.
But having a veteran coach such as Spurrier, I don't think that would ever get out of hand, honestly.
Oh, I think Spurrier, no, but I think
I don't think that
Spurrier
would-
got frustrated and aggravated with him last year. I mean, Spurrier doesn't hold much back.
Yeah.
And there were some questions that Spurrier just said, you're going to have to ask him. They hadn't told me yet.
Yeah.
You know?
I'm still saying I'm still saying Clowney #1 to
Yeah,
somebody.
no
I'm
doubt.
not convinced
That's
the
no
Houston
doubt.
Texans will keep
That's
the
no doubt.
#1 pick. They
But-
they need so much they
but
might
this
package
is the
it.
thing.
But Clowney on the edge, you got to pressure from the edge and you got to cover in the back.
You do. I totally agree.
Pressure up front,
Totally agree.
cover in the back.
But-
so I
but
really think it's still going to be him.
When you, and I'm gonna ask both of you guys this a question. When you, as being the Texas organization, and you know that you've got a Manziel that's out there, do you feel the pressure of that state, fans, national stage, to make that kind of decision?
You got to win games. You can't worry about selling tickets. You know the rumor
They
over the
made that
weekend?
mistake 3 years ago. They made that mistake 3 years ago. Who did they take?
Who are you talking about? The
That
Texans?
didn't- Yeah, that didn't turn out well at all. He's not even there right now. The big D tackle.
Oh,
No,
gosh.
they took
Mario.
the big defense.
Mario?
Yeah, but
Mario Williams?
he worked out fine.
No, I thought
They
he was,
took him
no, it was
instead of
like 5 or
Reggie
6
Bush.
years ago.
That's what it was.
5 or 6 years ago.
You
not
saw
But he
three.
became an all-pro instantly.
Yeah.
But who was the guy that they took a year and we talked about it?
I don't know. I follow
And
the
we
Texans
said-
as close as you, but look,
Bad choice for them.
I wouldn't call it a hot rumor, but it was floating out there like a little butterfly.
Yeah.
Tony Romo?
No.
Tony Romo?
No.
Rehabbing? Will
Never.
Jerry Jones? And will
Never.
Jones go for
Look,
a Manziel type
never.
playmaker?
No,
I don't
no,
know.
no,
That was
no.
just floating out there.
Nah.
Just floating.
That'd
That's
be
floating.
too good to be
Yeah.
true.
Would that be a storyline?
You started that.
I didn't start it.
No,
I'm just
no, Rick,
watching
I don't-
it. I'm watching
no.
the little
That's
butterfly
just-
over the
that's just
weekend.
out there.
Over
Believe me,
the
that's just
weekend.
out.
All right,
No.
so Johnny Manziel on whatever
Jerry
Texas A&M
Jones,
Pro Day.
Can you believe that?
Johnny
That's no way.
football.
No way.
Whatever pro
No
day
way.
is out there, Johnny Manziel cameras are going to be flooded to see
They
how
are.
to see what he can do. All right,
Jerry and Johnny sounds like a
yeah,
reality
really.
TV.
All right, LSU started.
That's
Any,
crazy.
any hint what's going on?
That's
Give me at
crazy.
least a storyline with LSU spring. Give me a storyline.
Well,
You're the only one with no
quarterback,
Scooter.
Obviously, I
Yeah.
mean, you've either got to see a lot. I think people are building up a
Yeah.
quarterback competition where I'm not sure one actually exists.
Really?
Unless this freshman who graduated early, Brandon Harris, who enrolled in LSU
Yeah,
early.
but-
He was, just now playing Captain Shreve
Yeah.
and plays for Parkway in Bossier. I can't imagine.
I saw him at the Under Armour game. Nah.
I mean, I
No.
think
No.
Jennings is going to end
I
up.
think Jennings, I think
winning
you're right,
that.
Scooter.
I mean, there'll be
I
a
think
lot
you're
more
right.
interesting, but it is probably the most. Put it this way, I think people threw up their hands a little bit too much in the Outback Bowl and just wrote off a guy making a true freshman making his first start.
right.
They
Quickly.
do get better.
Quickly.
They do,
You know,
Scooter.
Oh yeah.
They get better, but if this Brandon Harris would beat out Anthony Jennings, he must be really good, because I think Jennings will end up being.
I think Jennings will be your starting quarterback also. I had a chance to see the other little guy in the Under Armour game, and now needs to grow up a little bit more, his maturity level. I think, no, it needs to be, yeah, he's not ready. The thing that gets me is that if you look at the Outback Bowl, guys, and those of you that watch know what I'm saying, Les Miles wasn't trying to make this kid Jennings a superstar.
Right.
No,
he was trying to
want him to
let him
manage.
stay out of the way.
That's the thing.
Quickly before we go to break,
That's
can
it.
Former Barb tight end Deshaun Smith break into some?
I
some
will
play?
be surprised if he doesn't.
Yeah.
I'm not saying start, but I mean,
Yeah.
he's
Yeah.
got to get up there where
Contribute.
He
does.
Good guy.
I would have
agree.
thought more last year.
Yeah, good kid.
Yeah.
All right, up against the break, we're going to do some basketball. Girls tournament's over, boys tournament. McNeese Cowboys and Cowgirls getting ready for their SLC tournament, and LSU getting ready for the SEC this week as well. That in about 2. Come right here.
We are worldwide, 365 and 24/7 at Soundoff60.com.
Soundoff 60 is presented by Jack Daniels Bar and Grill at Lauberge Casino Resort and by Tarver Ford Sulphur. Back after this break.
Behold the original light beer. The inventor of great taste and less filling. The one that dared to say maybe light beer should taste like beer. And for a limited time, Miller Lite is back in the original light can.
Dr. Casio was my choice.
Dr. Casio is my choice.
Dr. Casio is my choice.
Dr. Brett Cassio is fellowship trained and board certified in both orthopedics and sports medicine. He has the tools, techniques, and experience to get athletes back on the field of play. Call 337-494-4900.
Dr. Brent Cassio is the official sports medicine physician of Soundoff 60.
Philip, you guys have been here for 4 years. Why is Tarver Ford doing so well?
Judge, we have a great team with a great passion to win every customer that gives us a chance. Our people are enthusiastic and prepared, our inventory is busted at the seams, and we're discounting prices and giving good money for trades to make deals happen.
Well, it must be working because I see the blue Tarver Ford tags everywhere. But how do you keep customers?
We want customers for life. So at Tarver Ford, every new vehicle includes complimentary lifetime oil changes.
Let us show you how a great team serves its customers a first-class experience.
At Tarver Ford, exit 21 Sulphur.
This is it. The big bang of light beers. The one that started it all. 96 of the hardest working calories in the business. And for a limited time, Miller Lite is back in the original light can.
All right, welcome back to Jack Daniels here at Lauberge Casino. We've covered a lot of football. Let's switch it to one of my favorite sports, basketball. Speaking of basketball, I wanted to throw out this little shout out. Steve Wishhouse, who was a former high school basketball coach, Welsh and Westlake in the area. I talked to him, I saw him. He wrote a book, and he's having a local book signing at Books A Million this Saturday, will be the 15th, from 10 to 1 o'clock at Books A Million in Lake Charles. He wrote a book about, because he's from Missouri, and apparently this little community is just basketball crazy.
Right.
It's called the Herman Basketball Story, a story about small town hoops in a town, or the Herman Double Team or something like that. That's the name of the book. But, local guy, still lives in the area, a former principal,
nice,
still works with the Calcasieu Parish School Board. Wrote a book, so he's going to be, if you know Steve, go out and support him at Books A Million this Saturday, the 15th, from 10 to 1 o'clock, local book signing. I have not read the book yet. But it's small town. What is that? Hoosiers? Remember the whole Hoosiers thing and that whole storyline? So it could be fun to do that. All right. Speaking of kind of prep high school basketball, the girls' tournament is over. Good crowds, as Mr. Guidry pointed out. Burton Coliseum, obviously a good host for that. The boys kick it in this week. What was it? Hackberry won in Class C, and in Fairview, I lost track. 8 straight championships.
Well, Fairview is what you're talking about with this.
That's incredible.
Of Wish Houses.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a basketball crazy little town.
Exactly.
I mean, Fairview's not the town. That's the high school.
Right.
Yeah. It's in Grant.
But 8 straight?
That's unreal.
And we had Kenny Henderson from the Athletic Association here last week. We got into a lot of different subjects. But at that level, small, what do you think they're going to emphasize? They're going to emphasize basketball.
They don't have football.
That's their
sport.
What
they've got.
And when you have that, and when you have that kind of support, and when you have that tradition, and you get them young and build it in your system.
Yeah, but
am I off the mark? John Curtis? Am I off the mark? You're going to win championships, guys. Am I off the mark?
Well, somewhat, because you know what?
Why am I off the mark?
Well, let me tell you, Rick. Not
Why
every
is,
high school.
what's the difference between a Fairview and a John Curtis in football?
Well, I'm just saying they're doing it differently.
Yeah, that's.
I mean, they're not recruiting.
Exactly.
You know, which
I don't want to get into that.
They don't
you know,
have their,
because you know what John Curtis do.
whether,
You know what
whether
you know what they
Curtis
do.
is recruiting or
you
not.
know what they do. Okay.
They kind of have their pick of players.
You're exactly right.
And Fairview
They
doesn't.
want to be.
And Fairview doesn't.
Fairview's in Grant.
I know.
You know how big Grant is?
I've been through Grant.
Okay.
Okay. I'm just saying.
Didn't take long, did it?
No, it didn't at all.
Success breeds success.
Well, to that degree,
Okay.
yeah. But
I
it's
see
not
what you're
like
saying.
They have this guaranteed
And that's
influx.
what-
of
I don't think I'm reaching, but
I get you
no,
that
but
these girls are starting to play basketball when they're 18
right.
months
Exactly.
old.
That's right.
Exactly.
And
Yeah.
by the time they're
but-
18 years
but
old,
the thing-
yeah.
They're champions.
The
Go ahead.
thing that makes it very unique and what Scooter says, when
Why do you
look
always
at
agree
Grand-
with Hobbs?
No, but I'm saying
You
when look
always
at-
agree with
but,
Hobbs.
But look,
'Cause I'm
when
always
you-
right.
Oh,
when
yeah,
you,
okay.
When you look at Grand, Rick, yes, you got girls that are starting at a very young age, but Rick, you're not picking from that big of a.
I understand that.
It's very small.
I know.
So you know what? A lot has to take place during good coaching
Of course. Good point.
to have that limited amount
Good
of
point.
girls and to do that well
That's
for
right.
that many
That's
years.
right. Okay. All right. Where we had more of the ladies from Southwest
Right.
Louisiana, I don't think, obviously, the boys are going to be skimpy
No.
from this region.
No.
I mean, we're all hoping Washington Marion was
Washington
going
Marion,
was going to do it, and
They're
that's
done.
by the way.
Yeah, that
so it
didn't
but
last long.
That doesn't mean it's not going to be great competition. Just won't have that local
In
flavor.
fact, Saturday, one of the things I understand
Won't have the local flavor.
that Saturday they're worried about Burton being big enough.
Yeah.
Wow.
I'm telling you, it's going
Whole
to be a turnout.
8,500.
It's going to be a
They're
turnout.
worried
Wow.
about having enough
It's going to be a
seats.
turnout.
That's good. That's a good
That is
problem
good.
to have.
No, that is a
I
good
guess.
problem to have.
That's a good problem
That's
to
a
have.
very good problem to have.
All right. Dave Simmons, Cowboys head basketball coach, is on his way. We're going to talk the SLC tournament with the Cowboys in the next segment. Let's talk about Brooksana Williams and the Cowgirls. They had an opportunity. You got to win when you have the opportunity to at least get a bye. That double bye was going to be tough. They needed help.
Yeah.
They didn't take advantage. So now they're a 7 seed. 17 and 12. They didn't take advantage of the situation.
Yeah.
Now, 7 seeds and 6 and 8 seeds have won these conference
Right.
tournaments, but it's a much tougher road.
It is a tough road.
And
It
they've
is.
got Corpus
It
Christi
is.
on Wednesday afternoon. The
So who
Cowboys
does-
play Oral Roberts.
Who would they be playing? Is it the 3rd or 4th seed that they'll play? Being
6
the
seed.
7th seed?
6 seed. Same thing for the Cowboys. They're going to play 6 seed. It's Oral Roberts, and the Cowgirls play Corpus Christi. Again, a longer road, if you will, for the
Yeah.
Cowgirls to do it. That doesn't. I'm still, like we talked last week, I'm still impressed. Now, if they
Yeah.
win some games, they can get to that 20-win season, which would be what, like 4th or 5th in a row for
Yeah.
this program to
Yeah.
win 20
Which is
games.
good.
And that's a benchmark.
Which is good. It is,
And that's
which
a
is good.
benchmark. So again,
Which is good.
the ladies will get it going on Wednesday, and the Cowboys go on Thursday, if my memory serves me correct.
Okay.
SEC tournament in Atlanta. Will anybody test number 1 Florida?
Well, they could, but the only reason they will is that Florida,
Because they're in.
Florida is
Yeah.
the number 1 seed
Yeah.
without
regardless.
playing a game.
Right.
Yeah.
They can go 1 and out.
Yeah.
And I suspect they will go ahead and win it. But I remember back in the Dale Brown days, Dale did not like the SEC tournament.
Really?
In those years that he was pretty well locked in,
Right.
It didn't matter, huh?
They went through
It
the
didn't-
motion.
It didn't
We,
matter.
you know,
I don't
we could
think
probably
Florida
do
would
at
do
least 3 segments on conference basketball tournaments.
Because those
I'm
doesn't
kind
matter.
of,
I mean,
I've got one leg on one side and one leg on the
Yeah.
other, but you know, I'm kind of, and I hate to say this, I think Bobby Knight's been anti-conference tournament for years.
yeah.
I might
is.
fall.
And Dale
I might
was
fall on
anti.
his side. I don't know if I'm a big conference
Because it doesn't
tournament
matter.
guy.
I mean, Rick, it doesn't matter. It doesn't do anything to you.
Sell me in 10 seconds or
I don't
less,
know.
Hobbs. I'm just.
Well, I guess I would be against them just because the conferences that need them,
Like
in other
who?
words, the 1-bid conferences,
Okay. All right.
I don't need them.
Okay.
Because to me, that's no way to decide the 1-bid.
I agree.
Somebody is going to
I agree.
Somebody is going to play their butts off
Right.
to win
Right.
a 3-month conference championship
Right.
and lose it in a week.
In a
to
week.
me, that's not right.
I don't agree.
The other
Yeah.
conferences, for the most part, the SEC, although SEC's probably only got 2 picks
Yeah.
guaranteed
Yeah.
right
Right.
there was a time I really thought it served a purpose.
Mm-hmm.
The 80s and 90s, for the most part. it was really good for the fans.
Yeah.
But I don't know. The SEC tournament has lost.
I've covered SEC tournaments. You've covered a galore more than I have.
Yeah.
And I've covered several conferences. Guys, it just doesn't do it for me. It's a kind of anticlimactic. I mean, you know what? NCAA regionals.
Right.
Really?
I mean, back
really,
in,
it
back
got
in,
your blood
back
going.
in the SEC basketball heyday, which certainly isn't now. The SEC is way, way down.
Yeah.
But to me, you have in the SEC, you've got Florida, which is capable of winning the national championship. They're really, really good. After that, I mean, Kentucky will get in the tournament.
Yeah.
But I mean, Kentucky has shown they can get beat by anybody.
That's right.
Yeah, that's true.
And then you got Georgia's probably kind of okay. You've got a bunch of teams that look just like LSU. One week they really look like they're ready to go.
Yeah.
They're ready to take the next step.
Yeah.
And then they'll go and get beat by South Carolina or
Guys,
somebody.
I've had a brother-in-law up in Tennessee. I don't know what, he got hooked onto the Big 12. Rick, meet me in Kansas City, Big 12.
Come on.
Rick, meet me in Vegas for the.
Come on. Yeah, you just can't do it.
No, I'm just not into the Big 12 conference tournament. I'm sorry.
Yeah, and like what
It's
Scooter said,
anticlimactic to me.
You know, I guess it was back probably when I played. I mean, you mentioned Kentucky, man. That was national. I mean, nobody beat them.
Well,
you know, nobody beat them.
I may bring that up in the last segment, the one and done deal. The one and done.
Nobody beat them.
You know, it doesn't seem to be working out too well for those teams up against the clock. Cowboy basketball coach Dave Simmons is coming up. We're talking Cowboys in the SLC tournament when we come back. Stay right here.
Jack Daniels Bar and Grill at Lauberge Casino Resort, home of Soundoff 60, and Tarver Ford in Sulphur. Give us a chance to earn your business. Round 5 with the boys coming up.
Get your free American Press app today. It's all at your fingertips. News, sports, advertising, entertainment, and video delivered through your Apple or Android mobile device. Capture the informative power of the American Press, Southwest Louisiana's premier source for news and advertising. Get your American Press app today. Download it for free through your iTunes or App Store. You'll love the look and feel of our newest digital offering. The app flawlessly delivers the local news most important to you in a new, striking layout. Get your American Press app today.
So what are we doing at Tarver Ford this month?
The lot's filling up with F-150s. I'm thinking we should do $12,000 off every one of them.
What about $13,000 off? That'll really get their attention.
That's it. $13,000 off of MSRP on every new 2013 F-150 in stock.
What about all of our new cars and SUVs?
Let's do everything. We got the largest inventory we've ever had. Let's put it all on sale. The only problem is I don't know how we're going to fit that all in one ad.
Man, I think you just did.
Come see us at Tarver Ford in Sulphur for the Everything's on Sale sale.
All right, we're back at Jack. We're talking Cowboy basketball with McNeese head coach Dave Simmons. All right,
legend.
Coach, appreciate you coming in. All right, SLC tournament. I stand corrected. I'm going to let you set the record straight. I'm getting all these days mixed up. You guys play on Wednesday night.
Correct.
The Cowgirls play on Thursday afternoon against Corpus Christi. You got Oral Roberts on Wednesday night, 7:30 at Katy. All right, set the record straight. All right, here we go.
He was a little bit confused, Dave. Earlier, we was talking about Darren Sproles with the Saints. He's trying to figure out who's going to replace him. So forgive him for not being on point like
he's
you
still
were.
delusional. So what we're going to do is we're just going to skip over Guidry's questions. We're just going to skip over because he's delusional. Do you have a shot at winning this thing? What is it going to take?
That's the bottom line.
Oh, the bottom line. Yes, everyone has a shot. And do we have one? Yes. But we know the task at hand. What we have to do is 4 straight games for us. And it's going to have everybody on that bench to play.
That's hard. A lot of games in a short period of time.
And that's why those guys who've received minutes during the course of the year. And hopefully we can look back and say that tough schedule we had, the ups and downs, and the brutal physical games we had, going to pay off for us. Yep. But, you're on a neutral court. You've beaten the team once. You didn't see the true picture of Oral Roberts because Sean Glover, which is their bell cow, go-to guy, got into foul trouble, and basically we held him at bay, and we won the basketball game here at the Civic Center early in the year. But it's going to be a good game, and you know, anything's open. And when you get in the conference tournament, go ahead.
No, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Well, we've come in this position before and end up playing for the conference tournament.
Yeah.
So championship, but I mean it's open. It's an open field. I would say that.
You're opening up with Oral Roberts. With it being a tournament, do you go into that game? Do you prepare for a game, the first game, any differently? With the idea that you've really got to win 4 games, not just beat Oral Roberts. Do you go at it? Maybe gamble, I guess, a little more.
Well, first you got to win 1 to move on. So everything's, you know, everything's predicated on that first game. If without winning that first game, you don't go on. So you don't hold anything back. Neither team does, but you know, the first game is always the toughest game. I think both teams are a little tight. Yeah. Because you know, if you don't even out or ahead at the end of that buzzer, the final buzzer, you go home.
Let me interrupt you. We're going to skip over Guidry because he's delusional.
No, we're coming back.
How do you gamble in basketball? Where does that statement come from? What do you mean by gamble? It's not like let's throw Hail Marys.
I think I can
know. Gamble.
No, I guess, Dave, when you say gamble, do you go to your bench?
We're skipping over you, Guidry. We're skipping over you, Guidry.
I'm just.
I think
that's what I would think. Gamble.
I think if those 5 guys, if they getting the job done, and you sub for rest, you sub for foul trouble.
That's just what I'm.
Oh, and, it's okay.
That's what I would say. And
it's
but
okay.
you go with that. But now the only decision you made, only decision when you say gamble, whether a guy picks up 2 fouls early, you know, the normal thing, coaches send him to the bench and say, he got another half.
Or
but sometimes you gotta roll the dice and play
like
to 3.
Or you just give Ledrick Eccles the green light to shoot from anywhere because he can go crazy, can he?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
He can go crazy.
And
he
that's
can
the
get
thing
cold, but he can go crazy.
And that's the thing about, obviously, we won 3 of the last 4 basketball games. Yeah. He's had 31-35, drew a blank against a tough Corpus Christian, but bounced back with 25 points. Yeah. Next game, obviously, you know he's got to produce some points, which helps us. And if he's hitting the ball and shooting a good percentage and playing, the rest of those guys seem to take a little lead. So, you know, not saying that you only have to throw all your eggs in a basket in one guy. Hopefully, it's going to take that whole team. And the last game we won, we had 4 guys in double figures.
Yeah. And you know what, Dave, when we look at
your turn, Kevin.
I'm going to take it.
Better be good.
Shouldn't give up Sproles, but I'm going to leave it at that, though. You know, Dave, when you look at going into a tournament and you're saying to yourself, you know, you have to win, there is some strategy behind it all. So when you put guys, your top 5 on the floor, do you look for one of those guys that you're looking at to see which one of these guys we can get hot quick to maybe go up on them and get some points quick? Or do you just let your offense run and take its place and pick what's open and take it? What's the strategy in that, I guess, Dave?
I hope all of them turn on hot real quick. But, but you know, you let them play. You try to keep them relaxed. But I think the biggest thing is that what I express to our guys, you got to play hard, number 1.
Yeah.
You got to play hard and got to play smart.
Yeah.
Then the fun would happen for you then. But if you don't play hard, every loose ball, I call them hustle plays, everything's on the floor has got to be ours. It's ours. It's mine.
Gotcha.
And that makes the difference, setting the tone. I mean, you've got the things that some guys, the gritty, the dirty work, the rebounding, the boxing out. I mean, it's got to be. You can't have any miscues on those particular games. But like Scooter said, yes. I mean, do you gamble? You throw everything in and with your coaching staff that you think you can win a basketball game.
All right, and our final question. We didn't mention it, but boy, they're hanging out there. Stephen F. Austin. What are they? 28-2, 29-2, some ungodly figure. I mean, are they the best you've seen in? Give me a time frame in this conference.
Well, I think they had a tremendous year, but I'm gonna say this: the one thing that probably sticks out to them, their team. And a group of, and what give Coach Underwood a great credit to his going in and Danny left him a good foundation. Yeah. But it's guys that you see a well-oiled machine. Not say if they're the most talented group. Yeah. But they work hard and they play together. And it's a machine. Yeah. And
unbeaten in conference.
I think they bought in early, and like I say, the team that emphasized the first thing you think of team. You don't look at, if you can ask me, are there better players or in that league than their best player? Yes. But they probably put it together as quick as they can and as a team.
Is it a veteran team that's been there?
Well, they got experience as veteran.
Yeah.
But I think it goes to a lot of times them buying in early to a new coach.
Yeah.
And, you know, when you have success, and just like I've been very fortunate in high school, when you got veterans, you go 41-0 and lose the state championship game.
Yeah.
But I remember our team, and we've had weaknesses, but when we went together, we grew up together, you know, everything together for a long time.
Yeah.
But those guys are a team. I'm sure they get along well on and off the court, but the word team.
Wish you luck. Dave Simmons and the Cowboys headed to Katy, Texas at the Merrill Center. They tip it off Wednesday night against number 6 in the conference tournament, Oral Roberts. One thing about the Jacks, they can sit on their rear ends for they got like, I don't know, 5 buys. They don't have to play until they get to the championship.
You're right.
I'm exaggerating, of course. Dave, wish you luck.
Thank you.
All right,
Good
get
luck.
Eccles
Appreciate
and the
it. Thank
boys
you
and
guys for
Kevin
having me
Hardy
on.
and all the big boys down low, hot and ready to go. All right, we're going to wrap it up with some to wise guys and a few other things and nuggets of interest when we come back to Jack Daniels. Stay right there.
Soundoff 60 is presented by Tarver Ford Sulphur. Give us a chance to earn your business. And by Jack Daniels Bar and Grill at Lauberge Casino Resort.
Behold the original light beer. The inventor of great taste and less filling. The one that dared to say maybe light beer should taste like beer. And for a limited time, Miller Lite is back in the original light can.
Philip, you guys have been here for 4 years. Why is Tarver Ford doing so well?
Judge, we have a great team with a great passion to win every customer that gives us a chance. Our people are enthusiastic and prepared, our inventory is busted at the seams, and we're discounting prices and giving good money for trades to make deals happen.
Well, it must be working because I see the blue Tarver Ford tags everywhere. But how do you keep customers?
We want customers for life. So at Tarver Ford, every new vehicle includes complimentary lifetime oil changes.
Let us show you how a great team serves its customers a first-class experience.
At Tarver Ford, exit 21 Sulphur.
Dr. Casio was my choice.
Dr. Casio is my choice.
Dr. Casio is my choice.
Dr. Brett Casio is fellowship trained and board certified in both orthopedics and sports medicine. He has the tools, techniques, and experience to get athletes back on the field of play. Call 337-494-4900.
Dr. Brent Casio is the official sports medicine physician of Soundoff 60.
This is it. The big bang of light beers. The one that started it all. 96 of the hardest working calories in the business. And for a limited time, Miller Lite is back in the original light can.
All right, welcome back, boys and girls. All right, don't take this wrong, but the Stump Queens are back. You guys have been doing it so long with us now. You're the Stump Queens.
They've been pretty
Our
rough.
segment is called Stump the Wise Guys. They have the trivia questions. They're usually sports related.
Yes.
And it's the lovely
Hope
Brittany
so.
and Darby. All right, who's up
Here
first?
we go. Who's up first?
By the way, you look like you changed your hair this week.
I didn't fix it today.
You're such a
I'm like buttering up. I don't know.
Golly.
Maybe they'll give me a half answer right. All right, here we go.
All right. How many draft picks do the Saints presently own for the 2014 NFL Draft?
Ooh,
It's a good question. How many
let's take
draft
a
picks?
guess. 7 rounds? 5?
Didn't they lose one from Bounty Gate?
Didn't Reggie
Call it,
Bush
you might be right. Call it 6.
Didn't Reggie Bush take one from him for 12 years?
Hobbs gets it.
6.
Are you
6
ever
years.
going to answer a question in
I
this?
do. I do.
I am on your back today, Gidget.
Dale.
All right, here we
Dale
go.
is the next answer.
All right.
Okay.
Dale?
Dale is the next answer.
There's 4.
He won a race, by the way.
He did, Rick. He did.
Name the 4 2013 draft picks that ended up making the 53-man active roster
Ooh,
last
the
season.
4 draft picks.
For the
All right,
Saints?
Kenny Vaccaro,
Yeah, the free safety.
Stills.
The free safety, yeah.
Wasn't Toon
Stills.
and Stills both?
No, Toon was already, he was on the practice squad. He got injured.
Stills.
Stills, Vaccaro, Armstead, the tackle out of Pine Bluff.
Right.
Who am I
That's
missing?
three.
What about the defensive end, the big guy? Who was that? Wasn't he? The big defensive end, what's his name? Starts with the
Hakeem
C.
Hicks, he didn't. He was the year before.
He wasn't in?
He was free agent.
He was a free agent. That's
He
right.
was
That's right.
free
Draft
agent
pick.
anyway.
Vaccaro, Stills. Who are we missing? Vaccaro, Stills, Armstead.
One more.
Come on, Guidry.
I called my guy. You didn't know his name.
It's two J's.
God, I'm drawing a blank.
That
Huh?
helps.
Two J's.
Two J's. It's his initials.
Jenkins from Georgia. Big guy.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Big guy.
Yes.
John Jenkins, the big defensive tackle.
You're right.
Boy, that one
You're
almost
right. Very
got
good.
by us.
You should know all the Saints. That's your boys.
I'm gonna count.
Wow.
Okay, here we
We're
go.
gonna
You
count
better
it.
make it easy too.
Okay.
So the hair looks better, and you didn't do
Oh,
anything
he's
to
sucking
it.
up tonight.
I didn't.
Can you just give us the answer then?
No. All right, guys. There are only 2 players on the Saints' full 2014 roster that played their college football in Louisiana. Who are they?
Two?
Two.
On the roster?
On the roster?
2014
What?
roster.
All right, so not last year.
Oh,
so
that's
right
tricky
now,
right there, man.
McCown, Louisiana Tech, or
in
UL Monroe,
Louisiana.
one of the two. The quarterback.
Okay, we need
was
one
at
more
Tulane.
guy.
Huh?
Tulane.
No, McCown played at Louisiana. He played in North Louisiana. He played at Tech or
Okay,
Monroe.
one more guy.
McCown,
Correct.
Luke McNown.
How about?
Am I right on that?
right.
Yeah.
Okay. How about the guy from
The other one is,
There's a guy. Isn't there a guy from Tech?
no, he didn't play college.
That's McNown.
In Louisiana.
Luke
He played-
McNown.
You said high school, right?
No, college.
You
College.
did say college.
College.
Okay.
Wait a minute.
We already got a hint. We can't get another hint.
How about what's the guy from
I can't think of any. I know there are not many. All right, we might be stumped on
I
this
think
one.
I just stumped y'all.
No, wait,
Go.
wait. How about the guy from Wait a minute.
Hurry up, Guidry.
It's always the guy. The guy. You know I'm talking about, Scooter.
Yeah.
There was the guy. There was he didn't make the team last year. It was
UL.
Griffin.
Wait, the guy
no,
from
it was
UL.
Griffin at Tulane. He didn't make the team last year. Remember, he hung, and they went with McNown. I can't remember his first name. It was Griffin.
Okay.
I don't
okay.
know. Rob Griffin.
Who's the guy?
Something from Tulane.
Ryan.
Ryan?
Yeah.
Is he on the
Ryan.
roster now?
Yes.
I guess
There
so.
we go.
No, you didn't stump us, man.
Man.
I don't know.
He
That
didn't
was
know his first
I
name,
was
though.
kind of stretching there.
That was a stuff.
I was
All
trying
right,
to stretch it.
all
That's a
right.
half
That
stop.
was-
That was
that was.
All right.
Only 3 rookie free agents signed last season made the active roster in 2013. Who were these talented?
All right, y'all do it. I'm tired.
Rookie free agent.
You're talking about with the Saints.
With the Saints.
With the Saints.
With the Saints.
Well, that's a lot.
Well,
though,
Wait.
Yeah.
Okay.
For him to make
Yeah,
the
I'm
roster.
telling you, that's a lot. That's going pretty
The
deep.
one I can think of because he played well early is Foster out of Illinois. Remember the defensive end.
Okay.
I'm drawing
Maybe
now.
they're counting Akeem Hicks.
Was that free agent this
Free
year or
agent?
the year before?
No, year before.
No, he was the year before.
I think it's the
Yeah.
year before, guys. I'm dried up. Y'all paddle down the stream. Am I right on Foster?
Yes.
All right, I got one.
I'm gonna say
How much time we
Joe
got?
Morgan.
I think time's
Wait a minute
up.
now. Time's up.
I stumped y'all.
I think
Okay,
so.
so who's the guy?
Yeah. Running back Kerry Robinson.
Kyrie
Kyrie
Robinson,
Robinson.
West Texas
Kyrie
something or
Robinson,
other.
yeah.
And then tight end Josh Hill.
I wouldn't have got
I
Josh
wouldn't
Hill.
have got- I wouldn't have remembered Josh
Hill.
Hill.
I wouldn't have got Josh Hill. No
Kyrie
way.
Robinson.
Ladies, great job though.
How
Wasn't
can I
bad.
miss that? I was talking like
I
half
wouldn't
the
have got
show
him.
on that. Ladies, we appreciate
Thank
it.
you.
That's Brittany and Darby.
I wouldn't have got
How
him on
can
that
we
Josh Hill.
miss
I wouldn't have
that?
got him.
All right, we screwed that one up.
Not one of our better.
No, we had a
that
guess
was a
at
pretty
few,
tough
and
one.
it involved the Saints. Did anybody see the video over the weekend? I was the only one making a big deal of the Marcus Smart pushing the fan. Did you see the nutcases out west?
No.
It was in San Diego and San Jose. Fans on the court during play, they rushed the court challenging players and coaches.
What? No way, Rick.
Watch
No way.
YouTube it.
No
in
way, Rick.
San Jose.
What game was that?
San Jose at home.
San Jose.
College.
That's college.
He went out there
I
shaped
missed that.
and was like doing this to a coach or players.
While play was going
While
on?
play
No,
was
Rick,
going
no
on.
way.
They
No
escorted
way.
him back into the
No way.
stands, and it took him like 10 minutes
What do
for
you
the
mean back into the stands?
Back in the stands.
Back in the
He
stands.
wasn't
They didn't
gone?
go back in the
He
stands?
sat
He
in the
wasn't
stands
gone?
for
They should've
10
put him
minutes
out.
before the SIDs found him and then escorted
Are
him
you
out.
serious? He should have been gone from that point on.
Look at the video.
You don't even bring him back.
It was crazy.
No, you don't.
That's my point.
You don't bring him back.
Okay, lack of security and all that stuff.
Oh, big time
But
lack of
when
security.
fans-
I mean, they got him off the court. Why didn't they take him straight out
I don't
of the
know.
building?
Take
It
him
was
out.
crazy, guys. You got to YouTube it. While fans on college basketball.
I want to see that. I want to see that.
Unbelievable. We're out of time. Great show, guys.
Yeah, great show.
You're still delusional about this thing. We'll
You better
do it
feel
all
that
again
void.
Next time, everybody.
You better
Have a
feel
great
that
sports
void.
week.
Sound Off 60 is presented by Tarver Ford in Sulphur. Give us a chance to earn your business. And by Jack Daniel's Bar and Grill at Lauberge Casino Resort. Sound Off 60 airs on Suddenlink Cable Channel 60 Monday through Sunday nights, 9 p.m. and again Saturday and Sunday mornings at 10 a.m. Sound Off 60 also airs throughout the week on Communicom Cable Channel 6 at 9 p.m. across Southwest Louisiana. Check your local listings. Post your questions and comments for the boys and access our website links at soundoff60.com.